If we had a bigger budget, there'd be fighting robots, but we don't, so it's the football show.
Welcome to the Football Show, the only show dedicated to recapping all the action from the previous week.
The SEC made history yet again by becoming the first conference ever to place 8 of their 14 teams in the AP Top 25 poll. That's 57% of the SEC teams. It was historic because it's the first time the percentage of teams ranked from the league is greater than their graduation rates.
First time for everything. Controversy erupted in Houston as the Houston Texans fans cheered when their starting quarterback Matt Schaub went out with an ankle injury. Later that evening, Jerry Jones released a statement saying he would sue all dozen of the Texans fans for infringing on Cowboys traditions. In other Dallas Cowboys news, the team got an early start on Columbus Day by slaughtering a group of Redskins.
Controversy erupted as the newly formed BCS Playoff Committee introduced its voting members, which includes former member of the Bush administration, Stanford professor, and huge football fan Condoleezza Rice. Critics say that Rice doesn't know enough about football to make an informed decision in what will be a high-profile role. Supporters, however, point out that her experience serving in the Bush administration shows that she doesn't need good information to make controversial decisions.
No, she does not. The Pittsburgh Steelers got their first win of the season when they beat the New York Jets last weekend. The Steelers are now 1-4 amid plummeting statistics from starting quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger's averaging just over a touchdown pass a game this season, and he hasn't been accused of a sexual assault since 2010. Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay took to the airwaves to justify the team's decision to release Peyton Manning and draft Andrew Luck to be their quarterback of the future. The decision was made in part, according to Irsay, because record-breaking statistics are less important than winning championships. Irsay then immediately bit the hand of the nanny as she fed him.
Earlier this month, USC, the one from the Pac-12, not the good one, fired head coach Lane Kiffin, ending a tumultuous 3+ season reign at the school. The move has been universally lauded by both pundits and fans. Here now to discuss his firing is Lane Kiffin. Coach, were you surprised you were let go in the middle of the season?
I thought we'd be given the opportunity to turn things around. I felt pretty good about how our things were going this season, but I understand it and I was prepared for it.
You said in your interview with Chris Fowler that watching another person coach the Trojans was like watching someone else raise your kids. Would you care to elaborate on that?
Well, I'd like to point out that by someone else, I didn't mean someone like my wife. She handles taking care of my kids at this point, at least as far as coordinating our nanny schedules and making sure they understand their responsibilities as nannies. We ask our nannies to do different things, and so we have to have different nanny preparation for that.
How many nannies do you have?
I don't know. Like I said, my wife handles all that. Typically, my only interaction with our nannies is to pat them on the butt when I see them and tell them they're doing a good job, which I know they are because my wife, I've saved her voicemails on my phone telling me how good our kids are or whatever the hell they're doing.
Okay. Do you have your eyes on any potential openings at the moment?
Well, I always keep my resume polished up. You know, you just never know in this business.
It's true.
Yeah.
You do have an impressive resume.
Thanks. I was thinking about making my name at 72-point font, but the girl at Starbucks told me that it might be a little bit much.
You showed your resume to the girl at Starbucks?
Well, they offer their employees health care, plus I like anything pumpkin spice, so I thought it might be a good place to work for the next few months.
Coach, having been the youngest head coach in NFL history with stops at USC and Tennessee, do you really want to work at Starbucks?
Well, I don't have Tennessee on my resume.
You don't?
No, I only worked there for a few months, and I wanted my resume to be within 7 pages. And I worked at the Great American Cookie for 3 summers in high school, and I really respect that place.
So you cut off Tennessee to put the Great American Cookie on your resume?
That's right. I like the way they do business. I like that they don't settle for being one of America's best cookies, and I like the way that they handle things with class. Working there has definitely informed my coaching.
Well, we can see that. Thank you, Coach, and good luck to you.
Thanks so much for having me on the show, Heather. I really appreciate it. Can I use you guys as a reference?
That's all the time we have for this week. See you next time on
The Football Show!